to inspire you about building your own business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation. A supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business, and we'll support you every step of the way. Right in the morning. Just put your mind to it. Coffee with Nikkie. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time to tune to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikkie. Oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women make it sound easy. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo.
Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing this amazing Monday morning? I am feeling great. I am feeling good. I am early. Can y'all see that? I am early. So welcome everybody to Coffee with Nikkie. I am your host, Miss Nikkie, your daily cup of information and inspiration. I am also known as your dean of Bubble Babes University, and that is BABEZ University. Don't go to S. I don't know what's there. So go to Bubble Babes, BABEZ University.com. Click community, sign up, create you an account. It is free to join. There's information there for you to enjoy. There's previous videos, classes, all kinds of stuff. If you would like to take it a step further and join the Honor Society, it's an all-access membership. It's subscription-based. You have access to previous classes, previous lives, downloads, templates, resources, book club, accountability club, all of that. In the Honor Society. Yesterday, we had an accountability meeting. And also, I want to let you guys know for Black Friday, I am offering the membership for the year for the Honor Society, 50% off. So it's only $19.99 a month for you to get the entire year. The deal is that you got to get the whole year. With that being said, I am offering, so make sure you check your emails every day. For 3 days, I am sending you a freebie. Yesterday was a free entry into the accountability club. So you had that yesterday. You have another freebie today, and you have another freebie tomorrow. So with that being said, let me check and see who is in the building. Make sure you guys take out this link, share with your friends, tell them come join us over here because we popping. All right, let me see. Right, Michi? Okay. I see you. Good morning, Miss Lois. Miss Lois says, good morning, Queenies. I am blessed and highly favored. Yes, and yes. Good morning, Miss Betty Rose. Miss Betty Rose says, good morning, everyone. I am blessed. Good morning, Ursula's Beauty Secrets. Ursula said, good morning. Good morning, Yolanda. Yolanda says, good morning, babes. Good morning, Tamara. Good morning, she says. Michi says, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning. How is your Black Friday or your early Black Friday sale going, girl? Melissa says, good morning, everyone. I'm blessed. Michi said, look at Nikkie being on time today. Okay. Deltra's in the building. Miss Deltra says, good morning. I'm refreshed and blessed. Yes. Did y'all see them beautiful candles I put up on my story? Deltra had I don't know how many was on the table. I think 20, 30 on the table. Gorgeous. Good morning, Yazzie Faye. Happy first day back to work. She said, hit the like, y'all. Yes, and yes. Miss Lois put ones in the chat. Good morning, Miss Quell. Miss Quell, I will be out there. So I better see you when are you going to be home? Because now I'm saying now I better see you. But if you're not in Atlanta, it doesn't even matter. But I will be out there this week. So hopefully I will be able to finally meet you and hug you, Miss Quell. All right, so I said, hey, Miss Quell. Hey, Miss Quell. So we got cousin the best moderator on what? Earth. The best moderator on Earth's in the building. She said, I'm telling you, I didn't even have to text her. That's right. You did not. I was ready to go. Good morning, Laura. Good morning. All right, y'all. So I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. Fill me in. How was your weekend? What did you do? For my weekend, I had taught two classes. Well, I taught one class for BCMC. So we were talking about building customer relationships with BCMC. And while I'm telling you about my weekend, y'all tell me about yours in the chat. I was talking about customer relations with BCMC. And then on Sunday, we did we did the accountability meeting on Sunday. And so we kind of like did not so much 2 week, we kind of closed out what Black Friday was going to be as far as strategy, as far as content, as far as planning. And that's what we did this weekend on our accountability group. So it was really good. I was excited about it. And what else did I do this weekend? Oh, okay. Good morning, Jasmine. Jasmine's in the building. Both classes were great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I also watched Tyler Perry's documentary. And today this is what we are going to be speaking about because it was something stuck out to me in the documentary. The whole thing was very inspiring, but then a little twist because my conspiracy thinking. So it's a little twist, but it wasn't enough to affect the way I felt about the movie, right? So yeah, we're going to talk about that. And something that stuck out to me was things happen in God's time, not your time, so don't get discouraged. And I was like, that no matter how, I was kept watching the movie. That is the point that stuck out to me. And that is something that I felt compelled to tell you guys this morning, or to share with you guys this morning. So we're going to talk about the movie. And I also want to know how many of you guys have seen it. So let me check and see what you guys were doing for the weekend. And then I want you to tell me if you guys watched Tyler Perry's documentary. Betty Rose says, quiet weekend. Did the Zoom with, you did the Zoom with Malaysia. Did busy work and did a hit it and quit it live yesterday. Got you. I missed my accountability class. Yes, Miss Lois. But I'm thinking because I am feeling generous, and I know that we have this Black Friday thing going on, and I know that I want to do 50% off for the entire year. I probably would do another freebie where we can do another accountability class, because this accountability class is going to stay that small, because we did a lot of like real what's the word? It's not intense, but we did things with the fine tooth comb. Like we really went into some things. And so I'm going to keep that group, though, with all the people who were in that group, I'm only going to keep them in that group. And then I may do a new session and then start a new one, but it's not going to stay that long, stay the same people, but just for this particular accountability session, right? Because I want to make sure that we are able to really individually address everything that needed to happen. So that is what I am doing. Let me check. What? The only day I won't be here is Saturday, Lord of mercy. I'm coming. We're leaving tomorrow or Wednesday, and we're driving. And so we're coming back home Sunday or Monday. So I'll be in town. I will be in town in Atlanta. Good morning, sis. Good morning, Jules. I made products all weekend. I have 4 events coming up and attended training. Oh, nice. Where my chat disappeared. I watched it too. Good. Okay. OMG, I watched it as well. Always in God's time. And that's right. Good morning, Sherelle. Good morning. She said, good morning, beautiful ladies. Jules said she watched it twice. Ursula said, amen, God's timing. Yes. Thank you, Nikki and Michi. You're welcome. I missed it also. I did not watch the documentary. Yes, I saw the Tyler Perry. It was good. But I love my group. We love you, girl. Melissa said, definitely have to watch the documentary. My sale was great. I went hard with my email marketing and it paid off. You definitely did, because I was getting the emails and I was getting the text messages. So you definitely did that, girl. Up top with it. Up top with it. All right. So with that being said, I know some of y'all told me y'all watched the documentary. Let me know if you watched the documentary. This documentary had me in tears, and y'all know I'm a thug and I don't cry, but I was in tears because first of all, one thing that I absolutely admire in any person, athlete, author, uh actor, whatever, whatever talent somebody has, is that they believe in their talent so much that they put 100% of everything into what it is that they do. They believe in their talent so much, they believe in their greatness so much that they go for it, and there's nothing on earth that stops them. There's nothing that is going to stop them, no matter situation, no matter how you were brought up, no matter what. Nothing is going to stop them. They're always going to be determined to get what it is that they want, and they keep their eye on the prize. It's something that I always admire about anybody. That's a Michael Jackson, that's a Michael Jordan, that's a Kobe, that's a Eric Thomas, even that's a Tyler Perry, that's a, even Oprah. I got my things about Oprah, but even Oprah, you know what I'm saying? Like these type Prince, all of these people who really, really believe, and they stand on something. They stand on their beliefs. They stand on something. It's just not like it was just for them, but they stand on something where it's for everybody else, right? It's not only about me. Yes, I may be suffering. Yes, I may be taking the brunt of the, brunt end of the stick, but this is not just for me. This is for all of us. And so I so admire that in anybody who has that work ethic like that. And so when I was watching the Tyler Perry movie, I was just like so in awe of just his work ethic, and what he's been through and how things happen, and everything like that. Now, again, my little conspiracy theory antenna was coming up, but it wasn't enough to like say, it wasn't enough to throw me off. It wasn't enough to throw me off. And let me tell y'all something, the tears, what I couldn't even talk, because I said if I said something about the point, the point where it really started to impact me, I was gonna be crying like a well of tears. So I didn't. I just was watching, but it was good. I suggest that everybody watch it. I suggest it because we have come through a season. We're almost through with this year, and we're going through a lot of people are going through a year of changes, right? Fall leaves are changing, things are phasing out, seasons are phasing out, and people are feeling certain type of ways, right? Usually they say when we get down into the winter time after this, people start getting depressed and things like that. But I want you to know things are going to change, but things are happening too, right? Things are going to change, but things are happening too. Everything that the season that you in might right now may be struggle season for you. The season that you in right now might be nurturing season for you. The season right now might be taking care of yourself right now. The season right now might be, okay, this is my building season right now. This is not time for me to be selling right now. This is my time to build my company. This is my time to build whatever the thing is that I'm building. This is my time to build the machine that's going to push me forward. This is the time for me to build the person that I'm going to become, because it's going to take you have to change into that person. You don't just things don't just automatically happen for you. You are becoming something when things are changing, right? You are becoming something. And I want everybody to say that I am becoming in the chat. I am becoming. We are becoming something. Every time we go through something, it's giving us something. It may even be peeling away some things, but it's giving us something. It's building us up. It's making us stronger. It's preparing us for whatever it is that we have to come. And so this movie really helped me to see that and put things in perspective as entrepreneurs, because I'm listening to a lot of you guys, and some of you guys, and some of it may be fear, some of it may be because things didn't happen, some may be because it didn't work out the way you thought it was going to work out. It didn't happen as fast as you thought it was going to happen. And since it didn't happen that way, you think that it's not going to happen, and you think that, oh well, this just might not be for me. And so this movie made me think about you guys, and I was like, no, this message in this movie is for everybody who's in this room. This message in this movie is, no matter what you think about what you're going through, if you feel strongly enough about the thing, then that thing is something for you to pursue. No matter what gets in your way, no matter what obstacles, no matter what boundaries, no matter what people who try to distract you and discourage you and try to make you not do things or just hate on you. It doesn't matter. If this is the thing that you want, you got to believe strongly enough in yourself and your abilities so that you can go ahead and get it. And that was my message that I got from the movie that I definitely had to share with you guys this morning. So let me know if y'all with me in the chat. Put some ones in the chat. Ones in the chat. Maxine's son. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Maxine's son. I was saying Maxine's baby. Maxine's son. Yes, yes, yes. I am becoming. Yes, put I am becoming in the chat. Why? Because we get so lost and so caught up in the physical time for ourselves. We think that we should have something by this particular time. We should be doing something by this particular time. This should have taken off by this particular time. I shouldn't be going through this right now. I've been in business for this amount of time. I shouldn't be going through this right now. But you know what's happening? Remember, I always say the joy is in the journey. The joy is in the journey, right? Because while all of these things are happening, you are becoming something that you never thought you could be. You are gaining strength that you never thought that you had. You are gaining abilities that you never thought that you can get. Things are happening for you in this time where you think that God is not listening to your prayers, but God is not listening to you. Maybe this is just not for you. Maybe you heard God wrong. And even Tyler Perry was saying the same thing. Like, maybe I heard you wrong. You know, you said that this is what you want me to do. This is where you let me to be. This is where you let me to, you told me to be at this particular show. You told me to drive here. You told me to do all of these things. And I did all of these things. I was obedient. I listened. And look what happened to me. Are you listening to me? Are you here? And we do that. How many times when things don't go the way we said that we want them to go, that we don't believe that they're going to happen, and we feel like God let us down because we thought that that's what he wanted us to do, or we thought that that's what we were supposed to be or go, or da 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 da. We thought that was supposed to happen and it didn't happen. The grand ending didn't happen the way we thought it was going to happen. Maybe we were even disappointed. Maybe things didn't work out. Maybe people didn't show up. Maybe just things didn't just pan out, right? And so we sit there and now we questioning God, like, you said that that's what you wanted me to do. You said, and God is like, be patient, be patient, be patient. I'm telling you, once you get it, things are just going to start popping for you. Once it start happening, it's going to start happening. And that is one thing we know about God's blessings, right? That is one thing we know, that when God starts to bless you, there is nothing, no one can stop what God has for you. Nothing. I don't care what they're saying. I don't care what they did to you. I don't care about any of that. That whatever God has for you, whenever God is ready to bless you, God's going to bless you. Whatever God's got for you is still going to be for you. Your blessings have your name on it. Nobody else is going to come up and grab your blessings. They may have something because you may have had a goal and you may see them achieve it first. But because they achieved it first, don't mean that it's not for you to achieve. It just means that it ain't your time yet. Right. And while it's not your time, what can you be doing in that time while you're waiting? What could you be doing in your waiting time, right? You could be getting prepared. You could be getting prepared for your blessings, because you know that God is never going to leave you like that, right? He won't leave you nor forsake you. So you already know that that's what's going to happen. So you just got to just know that if this is what you want, you feel that strongly about it, that you got to stand in that blessing. You got to stand in that belief that it's going to work out. Is going to work out. And it's not going to work out just because you just, okay, I have faith, I have faith, I have faith, I have faith, I have faith. That's not going to happen. You got to be working towards it. We already said that, right? Faith without works is dead. You cannot just say you want something, but you're not planning on doing the work. You can't say that you want something and you expect God to do all the work. You got to be working towards it for God to be like, okay, yeah, and I'm just saying, I'm paraphrasing things, but you guys understand what I'm saying. You got to be working towards the thing that it is that you say that you want. If you're not working towards it, then how is it supposed to happen? How are you supposed to get your lesson? How are you supposed to learn? Like, the reason why we are so strong and the reason why we build such character or work ethic is because of all of the things that happen along the way, right? We know all of these things that happened along the way. You don't just get a blessing thrown at you, and if you're not ready for it, you just don't know what to do, right? You get a blessing that's thrown at you, you're not prepared. Guess what? It's not even a blessing to you. It's a burden, right? Even though that's what you wanted, but if you are not ready for it, that blessing becomes a burden, right? Do y'all agree? If you are not prepared and ready for your blessing, when that blessing hits you, if you're not ready, it's a burden. How many of you guys agree with that? How many of you guys agree with that? Good morning, Patricia. Patricia says, OMG, we watched Maxine's Baby last night. It was so good. So good. So good. But take a look at what he did. He took the content he recorded and made it into a documentary. Absolutely. Have to go get trained. Okay, first day back at work. Love you, Yazzie Faye. Have a great day. Tyler did the same thing Kanye did. All those behind the scenes, because they know that they're great. They know that they got something. They know that their story needs to be told. And that is the thing. Your story needs to be told. Your story needs to be told. All of these things that you are going through, all of these trials and tribulations, all of this stuff is going to help you get to where you need to be. All of these things is going to turn you into the precious jewel that you are. But you're not going to know that if you get discouraged and you quit every single time. If you quit every time somebody says that you can't do something, or you quit every time that you can't do something, or things don't go your way, or the business didn't go your way, or this, things didn't happen the way you thought they were going to happen. If you quit every single time that these things are thrown at you, you're never going to make it to the other side, because these are the things, and we don't see it in that moment, but it is true. These are the things that are going to make you. These are the things that shape who you are, right? These are the things that shape who you are. Good morning, Miss Linda. Miss Linda says, good morning, everyone. I am blessed and ready for my miracles this week. Yes, I'm on your email list, Callie. I saw the emails and SMS. Beautifully executed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good morning, sis. Good morning, Chantel. So I want everybody to know that no matter what it is that we go through, it may be, no matter how small, it may be devastating. No matter what that is, we are all you use that pain, and that's something that stood out to Sean. She was like, use that pain and make it worth something, right? Take your pain and make it worth something. Tyler Perry, from the very beginning, abused as a kid. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know, why his father hated him so much. He would beat him so bad. You know what I mean? And so even from that moment, he still he saw something in what he thought his future was going to be. He escaped from that moment. And a lot of the times when we see people in that kind of abusive backgrounds, they usually escape. These kind of troubled people are the people who are the most like, their art is just so amazing. They're just so genius, because they took their pain and they transformed it into an art, and everybody could appreciate it because everybody can see themselves in that. And that is what Tyler Perry did. He was like, I'm going to take what I've been through and I'm going to bring that to the masses. They're going to be able to see, they're going to be able to relate. And one thing that I also really absolutely love is that he didn't want to switch up his audience. He didn't want to switch up his audience. Some people, when they get to a certain level of success, they say, okay, well, it's time for me to cross over. Well, it's time for me to do this. It's time for me to do that. He wanted to maintain his audience. He did. And, that we did mix up, but he did not change up on his audience. He did not change up on his audience. It took him what? And y'all correct me if I'm wrong, 17 years of putting all his money into his plays, being homeless, not knowing what he was going to eat, trying to get his plays off the ground. 17 years until, and I think it was 17. And then he decided, okay, well, I'm going to have to get a job because this is not working. God, you said this was going to be for me. It's been 17 years. How many of us can endure 17 years of not getting your prayer answered and not knowing and not even seeing any improvement, or not even seeing if this thing is even going to happen? There's no sign, there's no nothing. You do not believe that is going to happen at all. How many of us could wait 17 years to see if our dream is actually going to happen? How many of us? Let me know in the chat. I'm becoming something. That's right. Labor will catch the replay traveling on the train from work. All right, D. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Jordan. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I love that he reinvested in him into himself. Yes. How many of you guys can say, "Oh, well, I don't know if I could wait this 17 years. I don't know if I don't even know if I'm strong enough to do this because all of this stuff needs to get paid. This needs to happen. This needs to happen. God, you're not answering me. I'm just going to abandon my dreams." How many of you guys understand? I'm here complaining about my 6 years. He went through some ish, right? How many of you guys could say I'm waiting on it and still stay faithful and still stay faithful because he's still his prayer life is still happening, right? And still, like, even though he was angry with God, I'm still like, God, you said this was going to happen for me. It's not happening for me. What am I doing? Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe I'm not in the right place. And God is like, no, you in the right place. You gonna wait until I say it's time. This is not on your time. This is on my time. And when I'm ready, you gonna be ready. When God saw fit that he was ready, everything just clicked. Everything just clicked. Everything just moved. Everything just fell into place. And not saying because God blesses you that there's not going to be any troubling times, because when you get your blessing, you still are going to go through some stuff. You still are going to go through your some things. No one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of life. No one. I don't care how much money they have. I don't care about how much celebrity they have. I don't care how much influence they have. Everybody is going to go through something. You are not different. You are not different. We get into spaces and we're like, but you don't understand, but you don't understand, but you don't understand. No, we all have something. We all have something. Everybody is going to go through something. And this what made me believe is that we had to be faithful, and we have to know that the things that we are asking for, the things that we are praying for, they are moving towards us. But this is a time when we are supposed to be learning something in the period of time that we are in, right? So in this time, I should be learning. In this time, I should be growing. In this time, I'm be getting stronger. In this time, I may be going through something uncomfortable, but this is going to help me to get to the other side. I may not like where I'm at right now, but I know that I know that I had a song in my head, change gonna come. But I know that I am going to be moving towards something. I know that my life is about to be blessed. I don't know when, I don't know how. I just know that it's going to happen. I believe in myself. I believe in my talents. And that is the same thing with Tyler Perry. He believed in what he had. He believed in what he had. God is always on time. That's right. That's right. I don't know. There are a lot of things I put my hands on that I shouldn't due to my patience level being low. You gotta do what you feel led to do. That's what I feel. I feel like you gotta do what you're led to do, and you gotta see what that means for you. You gotta see what that means for you. I love that about his time. Yep. I remember his stage plays. He always came to Minneapolis and packed out the entire theater. Now he's a mogul. And I remember his stage plays too, because my mother used to always bring the movies home. My mother used to always bring the movie home. And I remember all the people in the audience when they came out from seeing the movie, they talked about how they felt about the movie. And so, it was just watching that. We've seen him do the plays on the stage. We've seen those tired little the set, right? We saw that, and we seen it get better, and we seen it get better, and we seen it get better, right? And it kept on improving until he got into movies. And the thing is that if you don't believe in anything else, then you need to see how he grew. You need to see how all of that changed, right? He elevated. And so I need you guys to feel and see and think the same things about yourself. Because yes, it may not right now, this may not be your season for you to be selling out, and this might not be your my time to shine season. It might not be your time to shine. You might see your friends shining, you might see other people shining, other people businesses shining. You might be seeing all of that happening right now, but just know that, okay, God bless them, Don't be mad about their blessings. Bless them. My blessings is on its way. My blessing is on its way. I'm already blessed. I'm already blessed. My blessing is here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to make sure that you know that as long as I stay steadfast and stay faithful, I am going. I know my blessings is coming. I know my blessings is coming. He said, check has been written. There is no, and he ain't waste time. And he didn't waste time. Check has been written. There is no time on the set to think, I think this. He said you should have it done before you get here. And that is absolutely true because the money has been spent. That's a lot of wasted time. He was like, we're not wasting my time. I'm not wasting your time. We're gonna get this scene together and we're gonna do what we gotta do. I love those plays. Those plays were so good. I have so many of his stage play DVDs. He always had a message in those plays, and that was his point, right? That was his point. Everybody, and I was looking at it, even Spike Lee, everybody wanted to have certain negative things to say about him. And so he did all of this. He accomplished all of this while his own people, who he thought he was supporting, while his own people were still tearing him down, while his own people were saying, why would he be a man in a dress? And I still feel some way about men being in dresses, and, or, you know, I still feel some type of way about that, because we could have found a Medea, but, you know, that wouldn't have brought him to where he is right now. So clearly God wanted him to be in a dress or something, right? But if he didn't do what he did, he wouldn't have made the impact that he's made. And if he'd allowed all of the people, publications, news stations, gossip stations, celebrities, if he allowed all of the negative things that they were saying about him to affect his work and who he is and his talent and all of those things, if he allowed that to stop him, he would have never been as big, and as, you know, he would never be where he is right now. Never. So don't let somebody's opinions, don't let somebody's thoughts, don't let somebody's negativity, don't let somebody's anything stay on you and weigh on you and let you and make you feel less than, that you can't do something, that you cannot accomplish the things that you setting out to do. Don't let anybody stop you. Tyler Perry is huge. He didn't allow that to happen. And the larger he got, the more naysayers, the more negativity, all of that just started coming at him. He had to deal with it. He had to roll with the punches. Right? He had to roll with the punches, and realizing that he was still able, he was like, you know what? No matter what anybody said about me, I kept my eye on the prize. Another key thing to take away is keep your eye on the prize. No matter what they're throwing at you, no matter what they're saying to you, no matter, you know, about the negativity, no matter none of that. Keep your eye on the prize and don't take your eye off of that prize until you get there. Until you get there. And he built something, he's done something that no one else has done. Again, I have my antennas went up, but he's done something that no one has ever done before. First Black man with the movie studio, right? And not to mention, he put it in the area. He said he wanted to put it in the area of Atlanta, in the poorest area, because he wanted to let poor Black boys and girls come through and say that a Black man built that. And I don't care. I mean, you could have whatever your thoughts are, right? You can have whatever your thoughts are, but for a kid to see something like that, it brings up the possibility that it is possible, that I can do it, that no matter what, I'm not allowing anybody to stop me, that I can do this. Tyler Perry can do this. I can do this. Tyler Perry created this. I can do this. And this is going to create a snowball effect of people doing more and trying, you know, accomplishing things that they never even thought that they could, right? Before Obama became president, nobody thought there was going to be a Black president. Before, you know what I'm saying? Like, before, we have people that has shaped our history. And everybody shapes our history, right? And if you want people to feel encouraged and inspired, you have to show them something. And so what that studio did for me is show them that there was something that they could aspire to. Right? Do I think that that studio would have been something that was able to be built in Hollywood? No. No, I think they let him have Atlanta because Atlanta, the Black Mecca, Georgia, not really a big deal, right? I think that is why he was able to do what he did in Georgia. Do I think, like I said, do I think it would have been done in Hollywood? No, I think they would have fought him. I think the powers that be would not have allowed a black man to have such a large sound stage. I don't think that would have been able to happen. How many of you guys agree? Do you think he would be able to have done that in Hollywood? Let me know in the chat. I didn't realize he named the soundstage after Spike Lee. But Spike Lee had to bow down. Like, I have to give you your props for what you did, because you came and you delivered, and not only did you come and deliver, but you made an example for everybody. You left legacy here for the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. You left legacy here. He was able to bring this full circle. Do you understand what this feels like? Like, as a person, do you understand what it feels like for Sidney Poitier and Cecily Tyson to be there when a black man was able to operate this whole entire thing, when they were barely able to act as black people? They had as segregated stuff. They were treated poorly. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order for them to have done that, to come full circle, to see that in your lifetime, could you imagine what that feels like? Could you imagine to have been part of that piece of history that ties that in, to see that motion? How proud of a moment that is for them. Could you even imagine? Could you even imagine? He created that legacy. He created that legacy, and he did it, and he was able to see, and he was able to bring a vision that they may have had when they started out as actors and actresses, when they wanted to get into movies and they wanted to really get out there, and they know what the fight was like. To have really brought that part together, and for them to witness that, amazing. Amazing. Let me see. Nope, Atlanta was perfect. Representation matters. Nope, Atlanta, the city for him. Yep. Hollywood would have spat him out. Yep. Hollywood would never. I don't think, if he would have tried that in Hollywood, he may have not lived. You know what I'm saying? Like, they may have off them. There's some things. They're not going to allow it. He wouldn't have been able to get permits. They would have sabotaged him. They would have did so much in Hollywood. They would have did so much in Hollywood. And he was able to do that in Atlanta. And he was able to do that in Atlanta. And I think that was major. I think it was major because, and then another thing that stuck out to me, and this is about a race thing to me. But this part, when they was like, they couldn't understand. Remember, there was a guy on there, this side. There was a guy on there that said, they didn't understand. They was trying to track the behaviors. They were trying to see why he was so popular, who was going to come out. And every single time, they couldn't track it. They couldn't track how the movie was going to, do. And it ended up being a hit, right? They didn't understand it. You know why? Because they didn't pay attention to the behaviors of Black and brown people, and the behaviors. They didn't incorporate them in the movie going. So no, they didn't understand every time he came out, it was a blockbuster hit. They wouldn't understand it. Why? Because they're not tracking us. Why? Because it was never measured. It was never measured against us, right? And so for him to have done that, and for him to have, to be like, I'm not changing anything. I'm not changing up for y'all. This is my audience. This is who I'm speaking to. You're not going to own anything that I have, anything that I put my name on. If I created it, I wrote it, I directed it, I did all of this stuff. This is mine. I own it. I don't want you to own a piece of it. I want to have creative control over everything that happens in this particular thing right here. How many of us as Black people can say that? Not many. And I would go so far as to say, even like, like the Spike Lees and the directors and the things like that, how many of them can say they stood on business at the end of the day, and they said, I'm not going to change, even though they was trying to give him their input, even though they was trying to give him pointers, even though they were trying to tell him, oh, we think you should do this, or maybe you should try to do this so you could cross over a little bit more and you could appeal to this type of audience. He was not about that. He stuck by his beliefs. He stuck by his beliefs. He said, "This is my audience, this is my people," and that's what he did. That's what he did. So let me see. Hollywood was forced to accept him because of his power and money, and he had to build outside of Hollywood. And that's right. And the thing is that they don't think that we have impact. They don't think that we have impact. They think that we need them in order for us to be right. And he showed them that I believe in my people enough to know that they're going to show up for me. And that's what he did. That's amazing. Just to have that faith, knowing that, I've built up enough that my people are going to rock with me. Right? I built up enough to know that my people are going to rock with me. I love how he paid homage to the elders. That's right. And had them in his movie. Spike Lee did that with Ozzie Davis and Ruby D. He did. He did. Not me. I'm not that strong. You better get that strong, girl. You better get that strong. He was smart for doing it in ATL because they probably didn't believe he was going to move beyond the Chitlin circuit. And not to mention, he was going to have so much land, and not to mention, he was going to be able to complete the project and to see it happen, right? To see it all the way through and be successful on his own, in his own space. He did that. He did that. I gotta give my flowers. I have to give kudos. I have to give credit where credit is due. And he earned it. He deserved it. And again, no matter how my antennas went up, no matter what I seen, because I did see some little, symbols and stuff in there. And it was brought to my attention from Sean. Sean seen it. And no matter what, he did it. He did it. He did it. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. I love how he purposely chose the land. That's right. Another thing. Another thing. But I love how he was in the trenches building his audience. But when it came time to do the first movie, he had leverage, even though the film industry didn't realize it. And that's you guys collecting your emails and building your own audience. Because if something should happen to you, I mean, not something should happen to you, but if something should happen to the platforms that we are supporting or the platforms that we are utilizing, we are able to keep track of our people. We are able to say we have something coming up, right? We are able to control our audience as far as being in contact with them, as opposed to allowing the platform to have control of our audience and be able to manipulate that for us, because anything can happen. Algorithms can change. They could shut down. They could take our people. They could lose our accounts. We've seen things like this happen, and so we don't have control of that. And so definitely, definitely. And again, and like Jules was saying, she said she loves how he purposely chose the land, because now history's changed. Now the history of that land has changed, right? It's no longer a Confederate army over there, right? This black man now owns this land. One single black man, right? Changed history. None. The others watch his movies more than we do. Right. Spike Lee was hating so bad. So bad. But I love the fact that he had to eat his words. Yep, everybody be collecting emails. Collect them emails. I'm telling you. He was on to something then, and he was ahead of his time. He was ahead of his time. And one thing that I can say about people like that, they're always ahead of their time. They're visionaries. They are always ahead of their time. People don't catch on to them until they're already past that wave. They like way past that wave. People didn't catch on to the emails and to doing all of that until it happens, right? And so one thing about them is they're always ahead of their time. Always ahead of their time. The way that they think, the way that they operate, they're always ahead of their time. And just think about the greats. Think about the greats. They're always ahead of their time. The vision is always light years away. The vision is always light years away. Is there anything did the movie inspire you to make you say, I gotta do this? I got my business have got to go. My business has got to grow. My business has got to grow. I have to do this. At the end of the day, like Dion said, at the end of the day, I stand on business, right? But at the end of the day, no matter what life throws at me, I gotta do this. Why? Because it's all about the journey. My journey is not going to be easy. My journey is not going to be easy. Even at the point when he thought that, okay, there's no point in me doing this anymore. This is after all the success. This is after everything that he's been through. I don't think that I don't have anything to work for anymore. I don't have anything to believe in anymore after his mom passed away, right? I don't have anything else to work for. He didn't want to work. He wasn't inspired. He wasn't motivated. He said, I'm just, he said he was drinking a lot. He couldn't do it. He just was in a dark space with all of his money, with all of his success, with all of his accolades. He himself was in a dark space. No one is exempt from feeling life. No one, right? No one. He said he did not want to do anything. He said if he didn't have projects lined up with deadlines, if he didn't have those things, he would have just drifted into the sunset. He wouldn't have been around, right? If he didn't have these deadlines and he didn't have these projects that had to get done, right? And because he had those things, it forced him to work. It forced him to get his mind off of that. It forced him to see what else he could or should be doing. It forced him to move in a different manner, right? And since it did, he was then he had his relationship with his, I don't know who she is, and then the baby, right? And so he said, if it wasn't for him, and that's the thing that gave him that joy back. That gave him his purpose again. Because if he didn't have it, he would have lost all of that, right? And he couldn't do it. That's what he said. And he said it was because of his son that he was able to see purpose again, because now I'm doing this for somebody. Somebody is looking up to me. Somebody is waiting for me to do something special. Somebody is depending on me to have a great life. And I don't want him to have a life like I had. I want his life to be special. I want him to always know that he's loved. I want him to always know that he could be proud of me. I want him to be proud of the man that I am. And in order for him to be proud of the man that I am, I have to show up for him every single day. And in order for me to show up for him every single day, I got to do what I got to do. I got to do what God has blessed me to do, because now God has blessed me to do this so I could show him a better life, that I could show him a better way. And yes, I've accomplished things in my past. And yes, I've done enough in my past that'll be enough for anybody's lifetime, but I'm still living. I still have to move on. I still have to grow. I still have to continue. I still have people that I'm taking care of. I still have people that are looking to me, are dependent on me, and I am not going to let them down. And it was in that moment when he had his son that he said, I'm back. Like something flipped in his mind. Like, okay, I can't stay in this dark space anymore. I can't be here anymore. I've been here long enough. This person now depends on me. No matter what I'm feeling in this moment, this person needs me. And if this person needs me, I got to show up for him. I got to show up for him. It was at one point when he told his son, I love you like 10 times in a row. And his son's like, why you keep saying that to me? Why you keep saying that to me? And he's like, I need you to know that I love you. Like, he needed to have that connection with his son that he didn't have with his father, who he found out was not his father. But he needed to have that connection with him. He needed to let him know that I got you. I'm here with you. You are not here by yourself. I'm not going to allow anything to mess up your childhood. I'm not going to allow anybody to do, to do my job. I'm going to do my job. My job is showing up as your dad, and I'm going to show up as your dad. I'm going to show up as your dad, and I'm going to make you proud. And that made me, and I'm about to tear up, and I don't want to, but that made me feel like, we're gonna have our times, we're gonna have our moments, but our why, our purpose is deeper than any circumstance or situation. Our why has got to be stronger than anything that is going to, this is the reason why we're going to keep on going. This is the reason why we're going to keep on going, because we have purpose. And I say all of this to say to you guys have purpose. You have purpose. Believe in what you have. Know that the blessing is coming. It may not be happening today. The blessing may not come to you today. The blessing may not come to you tomorrow. It may not even happen for a year or two. It may not even happen for 17 years. But it's happening. It's happening. And while it's happening, things are changing. Things are shaping you. Things are growing you. Right? Be ready. Get ready. And let me know if you guys are with me so far. Put ones in the chat. Ones in the chat. Ones in the chat. Absolutely. It really inspired me. Laura, I think if you have not watched that movie, I think you need to sit and you need to watch that movie. I think you need to sit and watch that movie. Tyler was an awesome boss. To see the way his brain works on the set is something to see. Nope, you're not out of order. You're right on time. You're right on time. I lost it when that scene came up, right? I'm telling you, I was like, I'm not gonna ball. But that scene just took me somewhere, right? It just took me somewhere, because you gotta know you're worth it. You gotta know that your life is valued, even when you think that it's not. Even when you think that nobody cares about your life, no matter what anybody on earth said about him, no matter what anybody thought about Tyler Perry, he didn't care about nobody else except for what this one little boy thinks. This one little boy feels. He only cares about about anything that means something to him. Because this is my baby. This is my baby. And it's the same thing with your business. Your business is your baby. You don't have to care about what anybody else is saying about, you don't need their support. You don't need somebody to give you agreements. You don't need somebody to justify anything for you. You don't need somebody to be in agreement with you or in alignment with you. You don't need that in order for you to flourish. Right? And the sooner that we know that, the easier it is going to be for us to trust the path. The sooner the easier it's going to be for us to know that I'm going to go through some stuff, but I'm going to be okay. Sometimes it may be easier than other times, but I'm built for this. I'm built for this, and I can do this. I can do this. I'm going to grow. I'm going to flourish. I'm going to shine. I'm not going to play myself small. I'm not going to shrink in other people's presence so that they can feel comfortable. I'm not going to be doing that. Why am I going to be doing that? Why am I going to make you feel comfortable, make myself feel uncomfortable, and shining in my own talent that God gave me? God gave me something. He didn't give us the same thing. God gave me something, and why am I going to shrink to make you feel comfortable? Because what does that do for me? Just makes me feel uncomfortable. It just makes me feel like I'm not worthy. Why would I even purposely do that to myself? Why would I purposely make myself feel like I'm not worthy just to make you feel comfortable? We're not doing that this year. We're not doing it this year. We're going to take it on over into next year. We're not doing that. We're not playing small. We're not shrinking so that others could feel comfortable in our presence. Period. You don't feel comfortable in my presence, then you better do something. You better step up your game, because I'm going to keep on going. I'm going harder and harder and harder. And if you are not on my level and you are not where I'm trying to go, then you're going to either get left behind or you can figure it out. But it ain't my place and it ain't my responsibility to figure out what you got to do with your life. Right? It's not my responsibility. It's not my responsibility to make sure that you succeed. It's not my responsibility to make sure that you feel good about what you're doing. It's not my responsibility. It is your responsibility. And I'm not putting that on anybody else. I could put that on myself. Right? I could put that on myself and just know I got this. Period. I got this. Period. All right, y'all. So I see the ones in the chat. No one else's opinions matter. Period. God leads the way. Good morning, Mimi. Good morning. Late but good morning. Or we are talking about Tyler Perry's movie. What is it called? Maxine's. It's not Maxine's baby. Maxine's son, or is it Maxine's baby? Whatever Tyler Perry's documentary is, that's what we were talking about. We're talking about God's timing. We're talking about being faithful, staying true no matter what. If anything, any negativity and all of that is, trying to burden you, to don't let that happen. Trust in God's timing. Everything is going to happen. We just got to believe, and we just got to work towards it. Does anybody have any opinions about the movie? Does anybody have any opinions about the movie? I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't expect it to be a tearjerker the way it was, but I was truly, truly inspired. And again, I was so inspired that I said, I have to come on and we have to talk about this, because you may have been in business for a long time. You may have been trying things for a long time. You may have been in certain areas for a long time, and you think that things are not going to work for you. You think that God is not listening to you. You think that God had turned his back on you. And that movie, just that was that point that made me say, you know what? I don't care where you are, because we're all going to be somewhere. But just know that God's blessing is not too far away. It's not too far away. And if that blessing happens to be far away in our timing, right? If it seems that it's too far away, just trust and know that things are going to change. Just trust and know that I am becoming while I'm waiting on this blessing. I am forming, I am shaping into something that is going to make me prepared, that is going to prepare me for the blessing that is about to come. All of these things that were happening to Tyler when he was driving in the rain, when he didn't have the $300 for his money, his mother, for the van that he rented, when the shows were empty, when he was renting out these places, when he was homeless, all of these things shaped him into the man that he became. All of those things shaped him in his work ethic. All of those things shaped him into what he needed in order to become the beast that he became, right? All of those things is something that he needed. Even his mom passing away, even the birth of his son, all of these things are the things that shaped him. And then our life's experiences are going to do the same thing for us. Our life, you don't look at somebody else and be like, oh, that's just them. No, everybody, life happens to everybody. Life is going to happen to us all, period. Life is going to happen to us all. And we are all going to have to decide how we are going to move. We are all going to have to decide if we are going to use that to shape us, to help us, or we're going to use that to crawl under a rock and die. We're all going to decide what that means for us, right? And it happens to us all. We all need to understand that this is going to happen. And we all need to know that we're shaping it, we're getting shaped up into something. God is shaping us up, getting us prepared for something, right? I told you, if God threw a blessing at you right now and you're not ready for it, guess what that blessing is going to become? A burden. That blessing is going to become a burden. It's not even going to be a blessing. You're not even going to appreciate it. You're not even going to welcome it. You know why? Because you're not ready for it. You're not prepared for that thing. So it doesn't matter if it comes to you or not, because you're not ready for it anyway. Right? You're not ready for it anyway. So who wants a blessing that's going to become a burden? Right? The reason for the blessing is for it to bless your life. And if it's not going to bless your life, then what are we doing, sis? Right? What are we doing? All right, so some of y'all saying Maxine's son, some of y'all saying Maxine's baby, whatever it is, son or baby, it's still the Tyler Perry documentary. Tyler Perry documentary, so good. I think everybody should see it. If you did not watch it, please watch it tonight. Please watch it tonight, or listen to it while you're working, or whatever. I think you guys should definitely watch it. So how did you guys feel about today's live? Did you feel like, oh, this was good, I enjoyed it? Did you feel like it was too God heavy? Like, let me know what you guys are thinking in the chat. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the chat about today's live. I looked it up on Prime. Yes. Maxine's baby, the Tyler Perry story. Okay, so it's the Maxine's baby, the Tyler Perry story. I think everybody, that should be your homework for the day, is to look at that. And if you looked at it, I think you should look at it again, because it should motivate you, it should inspire you, it should keep you encouraged that if things didn't happen for you, maybe you've been trying, and it just didn't happen, and you're starting to feel discouraged. I think this would be the motivation that is going to keep moving you forward because, again, things take time. Sometimes the person you're becoming takes time. Sometimes, just things need time. Again, a blessing, if you get a blessing and you're not ready for the blessing, it becomes a burden. So I think definitely is something that everybody should watch again. Everybody should watch again. And with that being said, I want to welcome. I want to tell everybody thank you so much for rocking with me this morning. I know that most of you guys are at work and doing your thing, and I appreciate you. And I hope that something that I said resonated with you today. I hope that something that I said today motivated you to do something today. Especially motivated you to go watch the movie because that's very good. Motivated you to watch the movie, motivated you to do something, motivated you to feel inspired and encouraged that yes, my blessings are coming. I just need to keep on working. Yes, I'm being shaped, I'm being molded into what I need to be in order for me to receive the blessing that I am about to get. I need to know that. And so with that being said, y'all make sure that y'all checking your emails because I am sending emails. You'll have a freebie every email up until Wednesday. So you have 2 more freebies coming up. Don't forget to check in the Honor Society. Some new videos are up there, some downloads in the Honor Society. What else? I think that is it, y'all. I think that is it. This was great. Thank you so much, Ursula. Love this live. Thank you, Melissa. Definitely watching it tonight. I'm telling you, watch it. Tree said you're gonna need your tissues. And I was like, I don't need no tissues. I'm thug. You need your tissues. You need your tissues. You need your tissues. You're witnessing history. You're watching change and revelation. You are watching inspiration and motivation. Like, you need tissue. You need tissue. You need tissue. And you see in the family, you see in the connection between father and son, that bond, you seeing that. Yep. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I need to be more patient and not give up. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because like I said, life is going to happen to everybody. And just because you see something sped up on somebody else's life doesn't mean that, you're a failure because it didn't happen to you within that time. It just means that you are getting ready for something different. Your blessings is going to look different. Your blessings are going to hit different. Your blessings are going to be different, right? And you just got to know that. You just got to know that. With that being said, y'all, if y'all not a part of my community and you're not following me on all social media, follow me on all social media. I am at Bubble Babes, Babez University everywhere. And then you can also, if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to our channel. We are here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. through, not 9 a.m. through. We're here at 9 a.m. Sometimes we go over, so we sometimes more than an hour. So we're here at 9 a.m. for Coffee with Nikki, a daily cup of information and inspiration. Join our society, our community, and if you would like, join the Honor Society, which is an all-access membership where you have access to previous lives, downloads, tools, resources, book club, accountability club. All of that is there. And our accountability club is called the GIST group, the Get Your Together group. That is our accountability group. And that is it, y'all. That is it. Let me see. I need to be more patient and not give up. Yes, will do. Yep. So with that being said, love this live. Thank you so much, Miss Lois. With that being said, y'all have an amazing day. Don't forget to look out for your emails. And I think I'm going to do a round 2 of the accountability because again, I don't want to add more people to the group that I had because they had a lot of like detailed stuff to do there. And so we're going to do the second round, and I will invite you guys, or I'll send you a link so that you guys could join me. And what else? That is it, y'all. So y'all have an amazing day, and I hope that you guys are inspired. Don't forget to check out the movie tonight, and come back tomorrow, report on it, and let me know. Take some notes and tell me what you thought, what stood out to you, what inspired you, what's motivating you, and what's going to be your why, and what's going to keep you going, right? So with that being said, y'all, I love y'all. Y'all have an amazing day. Bye, y'all.